A lot of people do not understand that, and I'm not trying to preach to you or anything like that, just keeping it real. All right, family, Marco Perkins back with another video. And in this video, we're going to talk about books, all right? Oh, boring. Man, you want to talk about books? Really? Yes, books. We're going to talk about books. Check it out. Reading books has supercharged my entrepreneur life, all right? Just me being a man, but we're going to specifically more talk about business in this, but understand that a lot to do with business and how the levels that you make and that you're going to go up in business has a lot to do with you, who you are as a person within, whether you're a man or you're a woman, okay? And I'm constantly talking, consulting with clients, and I'm constantly talking with mentees, you know, guys that I mentor, and I always ask them, hey, do you read books? And probably 90% of them will say no, okay? They'll kind of act like they read books and be like, oh, I read this, and I'll be like, oh, well, when the last time you read a book? And they got to think about it. Too long. If you got to think about how long, when is the last time, you don't remember when is the last time that you read a book, that is too long, okay? Listen, the ROI that you get on reading a book is insane, okay? The money you spend for a book and what you get in return after reading this book or studying this book or meditating on this book is insane. I don't care what you paid for the book, like, right? Because they got some books that's out there that's like higher priced. You know, I've seen some books for like $100, $200 sometimes. But most of the time, the average book is going to be anywhere from like $10 to $25, and 25 is going to be more to the high side. It's going to be around that 10 to 15 range, something like that, right? So books are super duper affordable. You can get them in the audio form, you know, you can get them in the physical form, an ebook, whatever like that, but you have to read books. You gotta read them. I have leveled up as a man, as a male entrepreneur. In business, I run circles. I'm telling you, y'all, I run circles around so-called competitors, right? Because I read books and they just don't read books. So if you get nothing else from this video, you can cut the video off right now. Just go read a book. But I'm going to go over, in my opinion, the top 5 books that will supercharge your business. I don't care what business you're in. I don't care, you know, just you as a person. You know, if you're an entrepreneur, you're an inspiring entrepreneur, you want to be an entrepreneur, you know, start off with reading these books. If you're already into the entrepreneur space and you're not reading, you're tripping. But you can start today, right now, as soon as you cut the video off, right? Watch the video first because you need to get these books. But I have the books right here. It was very hard to narrow, you know, I had to throw some out. I already know what my top 2 was. Well, let me say the top 1. And I'm gonna save that one for last. But these are the top 5 books. You have to get these books. You have to read these books. You need to study these books, and they will help you supercharge your business. Okay, so let's start off with 1. All right, this is gonna be the first book. This is called U². I hope you can see that. All right, it's by Price Pritchett, PhD. It's a, you know, fairly small book. It's not that, you know, not that big. You can read this in a day, right? I think I like read it. I had to go to court or something, and I was like waiting to be called, and it took all day. So I like read the book literally while I was in court, right? So that's gonna be the first one. It's basically telling you how you can take quantum leaps and level up. Stop going after the 2X's and the 3X. Like, take a big jump, right? So that's a very good book, and it's a very quick book. Next, number 2, we have one of my favorites, The Science of Getting Rich, okay? This is once again, not too big of a book. Pretty quick book, especially if you got it on audio. They even have a bunch of free versions on YouTube of this book that you can listen to. I've listened to this audio book plenty of times on YouTube for free at night, you know, waking up, you know, I might do like red light therapy or just lay in the bed and kind of like fall asleep to the book or whatever, but I would like meditate on the things that's in this book. It's actually giving you real science back-based things to do to getting rich, and it works. I'm telling you, it works. You don't have to take my word for it. You should take my word for it, but it works. Next up, we got one of the all-time favorites, right? It's everybody talks about this book, and it's Think and Grow Rich, right, by Napoleon Hill. This is a very, very great book. If you're an entrepreneur, okay, or you have anything to do with any type of making money or talking about being successful in life, if you don't have this book, I mean, I don't know, you might be like fake about what you're saying or something. I don't know. This is just my opinion, right? This is like everybody has this book, right? So Think and Grow Rich is a book that you buy, you read it, and you study it, period. You have to get this book. You have to study this book. They have some very, very amazing things in here about masterminding and, you know, having a certain mindset in battle. And, you know, they even have a whole chapter devoted to like sex. You know what I mean? Like, what does it have to do with business? Well, you got to read the book and then you'll figure out what does it actually have with doing, you know, with business. It has a lot to do with business, but read the book. It's going to tell you about that. All right. The next one of my favorites as well, is another book by Napoleon Hill called Outwitting the Devil. All right. A lot of people do not understand that, and I'm not trying to preach to you anything like that, just keeping it real. A lot of people don't understand that the devil is inside of them. God, the Most High God, right? God over all gods, right? Gave you dominion. All right. The devil can't have no power over you unless you allowed the devil to have power over you. I'm going to say that because I don't want to preach, but I'm going to leave it at that. All right. And this book does a great job of like breaking it down in a simple way of how you're basically destroying yourself. So if it's business, you're like destroying your own business. There's no one, listen, no one else have power over you. How bad the market is, the industry, your competitors, Trump, Harris, Biden, whatever. Nobody, nothing has control over you unless you allow it to have control over you. All right. So check the book out. Like, read the book, study the book. Now we're going to get to the last one, which is my favorite. Okay, so ta-da, the Bible. Yes, the Bible. You need to read the Bible. Okay, seriously. Once again, not trying to preach to you. I'm just giving you the game now. The Bible, and if you're talking about business specifically, right, any and everything that King Solomon has to say. All right. Now, I'm not gonna go deep into this today. In some future videos we will, but I promise you, ooh, look at this. This is so much, so great. What the Bible has done for my life. Oh my God. It supercharged me as a man and done so many great things for me. I'm so grateful for reading the Bible. I don't know why I haven't been reading and studying the Bible all of my life. I should have. I've read it and I used to read it, but I didn't study it. So with that being said, listen, that's my top 5 books. I promise you, I know for a fact because I've done it. I know a lot of other people have done it as well. Please start reading, people, please. And you know, if you're in business and you really want to supercharge your business and you want to level up, you want to separate yourself from the pack, right? You want to, when you walk in the room and when you're talking, people looking at you like, oh my God, like this dude really know what he's talking about, or this lady really know what she's talking about. Him or her just filled with a bunch of wisdom and we can listen to him or her for hours. Well, you have to gain it. I'm telling you, read you some books. With that being said, I will see y'all in the next video, okay? Peace.